So I got an older Briggs at the scrapyard today here. This was all I got, so it's not anywhere near a complete engine. But I'm thinking it's either a give or take 2 or 3 horse. But it's around 1960, I'm guessing. You got a few things. You got these little indents in the valves there, and it's got the 2-bolt magneto mount. And you know, it's got this wraparound rope starter, but also the flywheel nut. Now I've been working on it a little bit, but it's 7/8 instead of the normal 15/16 socket that fits on it, and that leads, and it's deeper. It's a deeper nut too. If you can see, it's thicker. So that's leading me to believe that it's a left-hand thread. Now, it had a bunch of moss and stuff in it. This thing's been outdoors for years, and water come out of the crankcase instead of oil. And of course, it's seized solid. You can see there, you know, so anyway, you know, the intake, I don't know why these bolts are in it, but they're bent. Exhaust is seized in, etc. But, you know, crankcase cover's got a little ding in it, but probably usable. So I might be able to salvage like the crankshaft out of it. Hard to say. Flywheel, even it's got, you know, pretty good rust on the magnets and different things, but probably reuse this starter cup too. So anyway, I'm going to try to tear this thing apart here. So gonna heat up the nut, and got penetrating oil on it. Basically try it. I just have a battery powered impact. It wouldn't take it off earlier, but I'll try the heat again and see, and worst come to worst, I'll bolt the motor down onto my frame there and get out a 24-inch power bar. I'm hesitant to do that though, because before I've broken the end right off the crankshaft trying to get that nut off. So I really don't want to do that. It's in your crankshaft, pretty much done. But so anyway, that's my little project for the day here. Oh yeah, my Sicilian zucchinis there. I'll zoom in. And you see those two things swaying in the breeze? There's Sicilian zucchini, and they're like 25 feet up my tree. Those are like 3 feet long. So don't quite know how I'm gonna get them out of there. There's a shorter one to the right, about 4 feet to the right there. There's about a little over a foot long one. But anyway, yeah, they're just up in the apple tree there. I took over a 2-foot long one down. It was about 10 feet in the air, and they taste good. Like, they're not overripe or anything. They taste good. They just want to go to the top of my tree. So anyway, but at least the sun came out. It was rainy earlier, but so I'm just out here now enjoying the sun and attacking another old Briggs here. I'm getting quite the collection here. These are just from recent weeks. I don't think I've displayed them all on YouTube yet, but well, as you can see, there's I got 5 horses sitting here. There's my lawnmower I'm going to try to restore there, and yeah, getting quite the 5-horse collection here. This one's off a snowblower, one of the newer Briggses that I've got. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of horizontal shafts lately. This one here, I didn't even count it. It's a 3-horse that, you know, the cylinders broke right off the block. But I think the crankshaft was good. I salvaged a good crankshaft out of that. Anyway, I'll shut the video down here and try to extract that, and then I'll start it up after one way or another. Well, there, I had success. Impact. I heated it up with well, it's a brazing torch, but I wasn't using MAP gas. Heated it up pretty good for, well, pushing 10 minutes, I'd say. Sprayed it down with penetrating oil. Did that a couple times, and then hit it with the impact, and it unscrewed part way. Thread's kind of jammed up, so I stopped, screwed it back on right hand, and took her back off. It is indeed a left-hand thread. on it. You can see it's got some marks on it there. It started taking some of the thread apart. But so next, I guess, is the flywheel. So I was correct in that it was a left-hand thread. I guessed right on that. So yeah, we'll keep working here. There, got the flywheel off. Got the exhaust pipe out. Got the one intake manifold bolt out. The other one came out part way and then it broke off. Doesn't seem to want to come out anymore. The exhaust though, it's like plugged solid with something. I don't know what it is. Water, corrosion, no idea. Corrosion. Yep, chips out. White, like aluminum oxide corrosion or something. But, so, I guess I can probably take the crankcase cover off. And, I don't think there's any way that piston's coming out, but we'll put some go juice on it here anyways, just to get a start on it. I'm thinking a person could heat the block up and try to press it out in a press. Be maybe the best way. Or I guess you could drill holes and then Dremel cut it in half. I was thinking worst come to worst on that nut on the end of the crankshaft there, that's what I could have done, was split it with a carbide 8-inch carbide bit and a Dremel. Cut the nut in half basically. Try not to damage the threads on the crankshaft. Would be another way of approaching it. But anyway, at least I made some progress here. Got her bolted down on my engine frame here that's long enough for a, well, made a straight 8 on it. So lining up for a straight 12. Had to weld 2 more feet to it to do that. Never did do that. Got the motors. Crank still needs some machining though. So anyway, thinking about my latest project is to try to make a knocker Briggs so that it starts knocking, pinging, and pounds a hole in the piston. I think that would take some doing, but I'm thinking about it. I got a high compression knocker head that I've used in the past. It's one that's welded up. It's like this, but it's welded right up. Fits a 3.5 lawnmower engine. So we'll see if I get onto that project here. Still got some stuff to do this fall. You know, I got to take the garden down. You can see some ripe tomatoes there. Pick them and all that. Get those zucchinis out of that tree up there. And keep cutting the grass. The grass is still growing. Fall can be a busy time, just like spring. Oh, wrong direction on the zoom there. So anyway, but yep, just out enjoying the relatively nice weather today here. Having some Briggs fun. Trying to get back into it a bit there. So yep. So everybody, take care. That's not a very friendly looking crankcase there. Got a bunch of water down in the bottom. Surprised it's not rusted worse. Cover doesn't look too good either. It looks like it may have had some oil in it in the recent past, but nothing came out with water when I tipped her up. Took the oil cap out. But yeah, so hopefully the gear teeth are okay on that crankshaft. Looks like she's been underwater. Well, I'll try to get the crankshaft out of it there. Might be able to. Piston's just about at the top, so we'll find out. I managed to get the crankshaft out of it there. Unfortunately, I had to break the connecting rod, chisel it in half. Since it wouldn't move, I could only undo the lock tab on one of the 2 lock tabs, so I couldn't get a socket on it to unscrew the second conrod bolt there, so I chiseled it in half, and then of course the crank rotated around. And now I've done a little bit of cleaning on it here. You guys probably want to see all the stalactites hanging off it. Unfortunately, I already cleaned it a bit there just with paper towel, so now I'm going to clean the gear. We'll see what it looks like when I get done. Both valve tappets are stuck. And the camshaft here, it looks salvageable. It doesn't look too bad, surprisingly. So on with cleaning the gear there. There, I got the crank somewhat cleaned up. It's got the crud out of the gear teeth there pretty much, and I would say it's a usable crank. Obviously I have to you know, emery cloth all the journals, clean them all up and all that, but all in all, I'd say it's quite usable. This is from a 2-horse Briggs. I could tell that from the connecting rod there, the type of cap on it, and the dipper. It's this is the 3-horse type here, just a single dipper, whereas the 2-horse or Model 6 has a dual piece, kind of like the 5-horse Model 13 is. So anyway, I'm going to kind of wrap it up there, and I'll try to get the piston out of this thing, and I'll put penetrating oil on the tappets and try to get the valves out, etc. It may well take a press to get the piston out, that or disintegrating it in the bore, one of the two. But yeah, well, at least I was able to save a left-hand thread crankshaft from an approximate 1960 2-horse Briggs and Stratton. So all in all, you know, some decent parts I can hang on to. So it's been a good day. Well, there's something you don't see every day. The exhaust port is full of corrosion. You see I've chipped some of it out, but it is like full. I see it's even kind of maybe pushing the exhaust valve open a little bit. But yeah, never seen that before. Literally full of corrosion. Packed solid. Yeah, that's typical. Broke both bolts off on the valve tappet cover there, accessing the valve springs, and it's like full of mud / rust. Not good stuff anyways. So I'm going to have some fun getting the valves out of this if I want to try to take them out, that's for sure. Still chiseling away at that exhaust port. It's like solid corrosion. Never seen one like that. Not even the subterranean was that bad. Crazy stuff.